Such a blessing to have the exact same routine when you're also cultivating the tools to create long-lasting change from the inside. You can leverage that routine. Use it as a blessing. Use it to witness every single pattern, every single choice, every single overlay. Pause with the difficult emotion that arises. And in that moment, ask yourself, can I feel this feeling without reacting? Can I respond instead? And just asking that breaks the habit, the unconscious habit. And now you have something that you can work with. I want to now dive into Conrad's second part of the question he posted. His full question was this. I'm going to read it. It said, the problem I have is how to find and tune into myself. Now, the second part, he said, especially living life and doing the same routine. Living life and doing the same routine. So let's look at that one. And what came to mind, Conrad, as I was contemplating on answering you, is we can see this from two different vantage points. Number one, yes, this could be a problem, but only if we fail to do the inner work. So I say that because, of course, an unconscious pattern is unconscious, and we cannot consciously address something if we haven't witnessed it, if we haven't seen it, if we don't see the overlay, like it's unconscious. So this is where awareness and discernment and training, cultivating awareness and discernment, this is why that's critical. So yes, I understand living life and living the same routine could be a problem, but only if you don't have the tools to live that routine in a more skillful way. So the second way of looking at this, which is what I wanted to leave you with, is that you can maintain the same routine that you have and see it as a blessing. So I've noticed this on my own long silent meditation retreats. I've shared with you, I spent 7 months in silence over the between 2022 and 2023. And it was in these long retreats where I realized the power of routine, because it was just me in silence, and the same routine over and over for days, weeks, months at a time. It's such a blessing to have the exact same routine when you're also cultivating the tools to create long-lasting change from the inside. So I am here to say, consider that you can leverage that routine. Use it as a blessing. Use it to witness every single pattern, every single choice, every single overlay, the reaction. Anything that you feel that doesn't feel good is a really good, I call it a low-hanging fruit. It's a really good low-hanging fruit to start with. Pause with the low-hanging fruit, with the difficult emotion that arises. And in that moment, ask yourself, what am I feeling? This is the overlay, right? The overlay comes with a feeling, and ask yourself, can I feel this feeling without reacting? Can I respond instead? And just asking that breaks the habit, the unconscious habit. And now you have something that you can work with. So mentally prepare for next step. First of all, feel those emotions fully. I talk about this in the program that I run. This is the equanimity and balance part, bringing yourself back to equanimity and balance, using the breath to help you come out of that reactive survival system. But once you have done this, because it's a routine that you encounter over and over again, now you can prepare for the next time. How can I choose differently? What would be a more skillful way of addressing this or responding to this? Whatever it is. And a hint of what could be more skillful, because this is about discernment and understanding, but a hint on skillfulness that could, if we're going to make a choice, what would be a better choice? A good rule of thumb that I love to tune into myself is what would bring me more peace in this moment. And so many times I've had to notice an arising in me that wants to be upset, for example, and then I pause and I say, I prefer to be in peace than to create more habits of righteous indignation or feeling that I want to be right and I want someone else to be wrong. It's like I take the opportunity to basically cut through old overlays and old patterns and simply choose what would be more peaceful, what would feel more, what would bring me more peace. I was about to say what would feel better, but that is actually very tricky. And I don't want to use what would feel better because sometimes I want to be upset and that's what feels better, but it's not very skillful. So a more skillful choice, and of course, everyone has their choice, but a more skillful choice is to be equanimous, to bring that awareness and feel that discomfort fully without reacting to it, without giving it power. Even if it feels better to lash out, just nope, just feel with awareness and equanimity. And once those sensations have withered from the body, from the system, which is how we grow, now I respond with what would bring me more peace. So that's kind of like perhaps too much information, but that's how I do it. So, all right. I encourage you, if you're in this journey, find someone to help you. I have noticed that people are busy and we need the right information, but we also need the tools to create long-lasting change. Like how to embody the information is more important than the information itself. So what I've done is now I'm circling back to the program I created. Life gifted me the opportunity to start coaching other people through this process. So I created a 3-month program where I take people consistently, step by step, forming the habit of understanding, of practicing, of cultivating 4 pillars that I focus on, which you potentially have heard me talk about before. It's an intention, putting the mind into a specific direction, intention of breathing, bringing balance to the nervous system so that we can go from fight or flight to actually responding from a place of balance. So intention and breath, awareness of what's going on inside. These are all the layers that I talk about. What are the thoughts, perceptions, the old habits, the patterns, the beliefs, the memories, the judgments, all of that. It's having awareness of all of these overlays that we have about ourselves and of others that basically color the present moment. And this is difficult. Like awareness is one of the most difficult things I've seen people, and I even myself, that I catch myself like, don't do that, not accepting, right? Because some of these things are difficult to see, especially if they continue to happen after you've seen them. And this is why the 3rd pillar is so important, self-acceptance. when we dive inward, it is so critical to cultivate self-acceptance, because only when we can accept what the mind is doing with compassion and forgiveness for ourselves or from whomever helped us have all of these overlays, only then can we actually be empowered to move forward. Because while we're judging, it just creates more of it. And I can discuss that in another time. Then the last pillar is equanimity and balance. And that is, actually, I explained a little bit of that earlier in this video, is coming to the sensation in the body. How does it feel? And bring that into balance. So why these 4 pillars? Because when we create a systematic habit of experiencing the present moment with intention, keeping the breath, just like in yoga, like through every movement, through every moment, when we have awareness of what's going on, when we can accept what's happening inside, and when we can treat that with compassion and forgiveness, and we can bring ourselves back to balance, then we have the capacity to be in the present moment. And from the present moment, we can make more skillful choices. And if you would like help on cultivating these habits, please go ahead and reach out. This is my passion. It's what I love doing. And I'm more than excited to share these tools that I've used myself and that have helped others. I'm more than happy to share them further. So I'll leave it at this. Please don't forget to comment, share, ask questions, and I'll see you next time.